of what receiving is that it isn't. Meaning, so a lot of us think or have been taught that somehow receiving is you have to give something to receive. That's not actually receiving. That's give and take. That's almost like push and pull. Like there's this energy of like, if I give you this, then I will receive something in return. But the tricky part about that is that there's always an expectation of something in return. Gifting and receiving happen simultaneously at the same time. Hello, good morning. So if you're thinking, oh, I have to give something to receive, that's where we get the tweak, right? Because it's not actually true. You don't have to give something to receive. The earth, the plant, like there's a plant behind me, right? Almost always. Plants, trees, earth, like always gifting to you. Always. There's no stop. There's no like, okay, I gifted you, all that beauty today, and now I'm going to stop so that you give me something in return. It doesn't actually happen that way. Receiving is from everything all at once, all the time. Now there's a little trick, because I like my little tricks. A trick to receiving from everything all the time. There's a couple of them. One of them is to have no point of view about what's being contributed to you. So for instance, let's say somebody's judging you, or somebody seems angry with you or frustrated or something, right? Maybe there's some tension. Did you know that even people who are, let's say, angry with you or frustrated are desiring to just contribute energy to you? It's kind of a different way of looking at it, right? Like, what if it wasn't wrong? What if you didn't have to avoid and defend, or you didn't have to be right and make them wrong, or any of that? You could just, oh, wow, they're desiring to contribute to me, and the way that they want to contribute to me is this energy of intensity. And if you had no point of view about that intensity, you would be able to receive it. But it's the points of view and the walls and barriers that we have up that have us limit what we can receive, because we're like, oh, I only want to receive the good stuff. I only want to receive the happiness. I only want to receive people that are happy. Well, newsflash, not everybody's happy all the time. As a matter of fact, I don't think I know anyone who's happy all the time. Right? So what if instead you were like, oh, wow, okay, interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Thank you for the judgment. Thank you for the contribution. Thank you for whatever point of view you have, because it's just energy. It's all just energy. This is what I want to contribute to you. And it's not having a point of view that allows you to receive from everyone and everything. Hi, Christina. Right, so now let's do a little practice. So lower your walls and barriers, even the ones you don't know about. More, more, more. Okay, awesome. Now think of a situation that maybe isn't your favorite, or somebody you have tension with, or an ex that maybe you don't like. Whatever, right? Just something. Just perceive it, right? Just perceive it. Now, if you didn't have the point of view that it was bad and wrong, or that person was wrong or you were right or any of that. Can you just perceive the energetic exchange? Cool. So the trick number 2 of the day, if you're like, oh, I just can't get that Venus, is can you now find something to be grateful for about that? About that person, about that situation, about that. Your gratitude for anything and everything will exponentialize your receiving. So let's say there's tension between you and someone, right? Can you be grateful for that tension because it's showing you something? It might be showing you something that you need to let go of. It might be showing you something that still triggers you and you're like, wow, I'd really like to change that, right? But you're being shown something so that you can grow and change if you choose. Or can you just receive the contribution that the person desires to give you in whatever way that person wants to give it to you? Through intensity, anger, whatever. It's just energy. We have so many points of view about anger being bad and wrong or crying being bad and wrong. It's like, no, it's just energy, right? So if you just saw it as that, well, like, wow, that person's kind of intense right now. Like, oh, that's interesting energy, right? But it's just energetic contribution that is being sent to you. And if you lower your walls and barriers, you can receive it with no point of view. But it's the walls and barriers that have us continually think, oh, they're wrong, I'm right. and in that resistance, right? And it also limits what we can receive. You have somebody asking, can you be grateful for that tension because it's showing you something? Oh, yes, love it. Thank you for catching it. So, for instance, even now, right? I don't really want to cough on a video. And then I'm like, okay, can I just, and I practiced it for myself, can I just be grateful for the cough, the tickle, whatever it is that is contributing to me in this moment? Maybe it's getting something out that my body doesn't want in, right? But there really is, and guys, this is such a trick to receiving, is to just be willing to be grateful for everything, even the uncomfortable spots, because they're showing you something. And yeah, and then just that practice of not having a point of view, like, and one of the tools of access consciousness is you can just be like, interesting point of view, they have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. And say that until it dissipates, because it will dissipate. Your point of view will relax if you don't latch onto it, right? Because you know how sometimes we have a point of view and then we're like, and then we're right, and then we like have to prove we're right. Just in case you didn't know, maybe you can perceive the energy, but just in case you didn't know, that's a wall, that's a barrier. You deciding that you're right and then needing to prove that you're right is just creating a wall of separation between you and that energy. Trying to keep that energy out and your own energy in, which just, it actually keeps you separate from everything, including receiving from yourself, believe it or not. We think that keeps us separate from other people. Walls and barriers keep us separate from everything, including ourselves. So lower your walls and barriers even more and perceive more and receive more. Different energy. So just a little bit on receiving. I hope you got something out of this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I look forward to talking to you next time. Have a great week. Bye.